Hello everyone, this is Srujana. In this video we are going to learn about HTML and CSS forms. Parts of a web form. A form is an area that can contain form control or elements. Each piece of information for a form is stored in a field. The value itself is called field value. Users enter or select a field using form control or elements. Form or control elements include buttons, checkboxes, text fields, radio buttons, drop-down menus, etc. A form usually contains a submit button to send the information in the form elements to the server. Control elements. Input boxes for text and numerical entries. Option buttons are also called radio buttons for selecting a single option from a predefined list. Selection lists for long lists of options usually appearing in a drop-down list box. Checkboxes for specifying yes or no. Text areas for extending entries that can include several lines of text. HTML forms. The basic construction of a HTML form is this: form input slash form begin a form. Input ask for information in one of several different ways. Slash input, there can be as many input areas as you wish. Slash form, end a form HTML form. Forms and server based programs. Forms are used to collect information. The information is then sent back to the server. Information is stored and analyzed using a program on the server. By giving users access to programs that react to user input, the web became a more dynamic environment where companies and users could interact. Server-based programs provide online databases containing customer information, online catalogs for ordering and purchasing merchandise, dynamic websites with content that is constantly modified and updated, message boards for hosting online discussion forums. Because these programs run on web servers rather than locally, users might not have permission to create or edit them. Instead, users will receive information about how to interact with program on server. Several reasons to interact restrict direct access. When you run a server based program, you are interacting directly with the server. Security risks, it means computer hackers, drain on systems resources caused by large number of programs running simultaneously. Server based programs, common gateway interface scripts, most common ASP, Cold Fusion, C or C++, PHP, VB scripts. The web server determines which language your web form will use. Getting started? The first step in creating a form is to specify the name and location of the CGI script that will be used to process the form data. To do this, type the following code within your HTML file and note that there are no spaces. Form method is a post action, there is a link. For example, if your email address is jsmith@temple.edu, you would enter open tab form method equal to post action is equals to http link text input type is equals to text, a text field used to create one link fields that viewers can type text. The default width is 20 characters and you can create fields of other sizes by the value in the size option. You can limit the number of characters by the value of the Maximum length option. Text input fields will be empty when the page loads unless you provide an initial text string for its value option. Open tab input type equals text name equals text field size equals value equals within an initial value. Example 1 is text field name text1, that is 30 characters wide. First one is example 1. Second example, this is the example 2 and this is the example 3 containing 40 characters. Password input type equals to password are exactly the same as text input elements, except that when the viewer types in, they see bullet characters rather than the letter they are typing. Password text is scrambled during transmission and then unscrambled when the form data is received at the server end. This is the example 4 containing 30 characters. This is the example 5 containing 30 characters and except 20 characters. This is the text input type is equals to text area. Text fields that have more than one line and can scroll as the viewer enters more text. The tag options define the size of the field by the number of rows and character columns. By adding the option wrap as equals to virtual, the text entered will automatically wrap at the right hand side of the field. You can also include default text to appear in the field. This is the example 6 containing 45 characters wide and 6 lines high. Adding control buttons. A form must include at least one control button for submitting the information once it is filled out. In addition, forms often include a button for resetting all the entries if a person wants to start over. When a person presses the submit button, he or she will receive confirmation that the form results were sent to your email address. You will then see an email message in your inbox with the subject FO or form results. This is the submit button. How we will use? This is the reset button. And they submit like reset. This is the push me. This is a plain button. Radio buttons type equals radio are sets of controls that are linked so that only one radio button among each set is selected at a time. If you click one radio button, the others in the set are automatically deselected. A set of radio buttons is defined by providing them the same name. The value sent in the web form is the value of the radio button that was last selected. Adding the option checked to one of the buttons in a set will make that button highlighted when the page loads. Radio buttons do not contain any text. This is how we'll use radio buttons. This is the male, this is the female. Checkboxes type is equals to checkbox are similar to radio buttons but are not affected by other buttons, so you can have more than one in a group checked at a time. Note that every checkbox has a unique name. If there is no checkbox, clicking it will place an X over a check mark there. If the box is checked, clicking it again will remove the mark. The value sent in the web form is the value of the checkbox if it was selected, otherwise the value will be empty. Adding the option checked to a checkbox will make the checkbox highlighted when the page loads. This is how the checkbox looks. This is the name, this is the value. Drop down menu or list. This contains select red, green, blue. Additional arguments, size, multiple. This is the complete example. Doctor HTML body. This is the starting, this is the ending, header files, etc. This is how the code looks. Thank you.